Now we're on to part 4 on learning the art of being a bitch. This is still only level 1, but if you're seeing this before 2024, this is for you. Okay, we have a lot to go over in this class, but I'm gonna make everything fit in this one video. So that means this is gonna be very long. Make sure that you save it so you can keep coming back to it. Okay, now let's pick it up where we left off. Next is manage your energy. Let me explain that. Have you ever done a daily routine where you wrote down what you're gonna do for the day? And then for each of those things you're going to do, you kind of estimated how much time it'll take. So, for example, you wrote eat breakfast and you did 30 minutes. And then you put go to the gym and then you did 2 hours because you're kind of estimating that's how much time it'll take out of your day to do that. So, you need to do the same thing, but with your energy. So, look at what your day to day is like. There's certain things that you do that probably give you more energy, and there's certain things that you do that depletes your energy. Let me show you an example on how to manage your energy. Let's pretend that your energy is the water in this water bottle. And we're going to pretend that each morning before you go to work, your water, which is your energy, is filled all the way to the top. Now, here's the mindfuck part, because when you go to work, we already know that they're going to be taking our time. But how much of your energy are they taking? We're all aware that at our jobs, we give away our time in exchange for money. But what we're not always aware of is the energy exchange. So let's pretend that this is your job and this is you and your energy is in here. How much energy are you giving your job? In this example, your job is toxic. And because that job is toxic, it's going to deplete so much of your energy. Say an estimate that my job takes about this much energy. And then on top of that, you deal with toxic coworkers who also take up your energy. So that's going to take up some more. So on top of your time, your job is also taking this much energy. And if you're working at a toxic job, they are more than likely not exchanging it back. And once you've already given your energy, there's no taking it back. This example was about toxic jobs, but this also applies to other environments and other people because they can deplete you as well. So when you're managing your energy and you're aware of this, you will need to do things or go to places that energizes you. Keyword is energize. Some of us, when this happens to us, we drink or we smoke or we eat just to make ourselves feel better. That's not actually energizing you. You're just tranquilizing yourself to feel better. You might be asking, well, what's going to energize me? There's a lot of ways, and it's going to depend on you. Here's a list of things that can energize you. Let's move on. Next, absorb new skill sets. By the way, let me just disclose that I am teaching this to you, but I am also learning it with you. Like, I am still a work in progress. Like in part 3, I talked about assessing your environment and then changing what you need to change. That's where I'm at. I haven't 100% like fixed my environment, but that's not going to stop me from continuing all this other stuff that I can work on while I work on that. You know what I mean? Now, the number one skill that I think you need to learn in 2024 is people skills. It sounds like a lot, but these type of skills help you deal with assholes when you get in contact with them. It also helps you to not deplete your energy when you're interacting with them. Also, these skills help you get connected with better people. Think about it. You want to get away from shitty people and get connected with people who are not shitty. The thing about these people who are not shitty is they've done work on themselves. They also know these skills. So invest in any human skills, self-awareness, learning why people behave the way that they do, learning how to read body language, stuff like that. Then think about your goals and your dreams. Think about who you want to be in the future. Whoever it is that you want to be in the future, figure out what type of knowledge and what type of skills you need to learn in order to become that. Now learn it. Moving on. Next is be observant. What that means is when you're meeting people or when you're interacting with people, you are there to observe them. That doesn't mean that you're going to be standing there just watching them and watching other people and watching their every move. Like, that just looks crazy and it's unnatural and it's weird. What I mean is really experience people and really get to know them. Like when people are talking to you, really look at them, experience them, watch their hand gestures, watch their body language and look back up, eye contact, and get really curious about them. There's gonna be people that are gonna want to get to know you too. So yeah, you can answer their questions and let people get to know you, but they don't have to know your whole life story. You're there to get to know other people. You're there to experience them. You're watching how they interact with others. You're listening to the things that they're saying. When you just sit back and experience people and observe people, you be peeping some shit. You don't even have to be very hyper vigilant to notice red flags, but when you're just observing, you'll peep something and you're just like, what the fuck? Next, recognize when the game is on. Now, this is the juicy part. I talk so much about this game in my content. This game that people will play with you to try and knock you down or to step over you to elevate themselves. The way most people operate in this world is they're constantly comparing themselves to each other to see who's better than who. When you're someone who doesn't operate this way, you don't compare yourself to other people and you're not constantly worried who's better than who. You're usually oblivious to this game. And when you're oblivious to this game and how most people operate, you go through life thinking something's wrong with you because of how people treat you. When you're someone who's beautiful or you're intelligent or you're talented, pretty much anything that makes you special or valuable, you would think that this would make other people happy for you, right? No, it makes people envious. Most people out here do not want what's best for you. And when you have something good or you have something that they don't have, they don't like that you have it. So basically, if you're magnetic, you're gonna have haters. I've mentioned the book 48 Laws of Power so many times in my content. The person talking is the author of 48 Laws of Power. It's Robert Greene. Just listen.
And the danger in the world today is, the number one danger is envy. We live in a time of social media, etc., where it's massive envy, where we know what everybody else is doing in life, and we don't like to admit that we're envious, so we attack people passive aggressively. We subvert them, we try and throw obstacles in their way. We criticize them when in fact we envy them.
Now, I'm not saying that every single person will be envious of you or that every single person will sabotage you. But what I'm saying is learn to recognize when the game is on. Recognize when someone is trying to discredit you, or they're trying to sabotage you, they're trying to isolate you, or they're trying to use you as a stepping stone. Because in this game of power, people will knock you down, or they will take advantage of you to use you as a stepping stone so that they can get ahead of you. And there are people who will knock you down simply to just pull you down along with them. And the thing about these people who play these games, they are master manipulators and they are very good at getting away with it. And in my experience, people who have played games with me, whenever I've confronted them, like, why are you doing this? Why did you do this? They will just turn the tables and manipulate the whole situation and make it seem like I'm crazy. But now that I'm aware of these people in this game, now when I peep the game, I'm just like they don't get a reaction from me anymore because I know what the fuck you're doing. Let me move on to the next one because I'm going to run out of time. For the next one, we're going to go over be unbothered and stop being a blabbermouth. Now, I say to be unbothered because the way people act towards you is rarely ever about you. So not being bothered by what people say, by what people are thinking, by what people are doing is so fucking peaceful. And then you need to stop being a blabbermouth, meaning stop telling people your plans, stop telling people your goals, stop telling people too much. Most people do not give a fuck. You could be going through traumatic shit and people don't fucking care. And there are people who are happy that you have problems. And if you do have good news, most people are not happy for you. And if you're telling people your goals and telling them your plans, you need to understand that the evil eye is fucking real. People could be sending you all kinds of negative energy on your plans and dreams. Like, stop telling people. I'm not saying you'll never meet good people. What I'm saying is most of the people out in that world, like, people are so out of touch with their humanity. You can get access to better people. Now, in order to do that, you're going to need to leave your environment. You're going to need to go to places you've never been to before. You're going to need to get out of your comfort zone. You're going to need to develop new skills. Like, it's going to take work on your part to get access to better people. You know what I mean? So if you're going to get on this journey of wanting to change your life, changing your environment because you don't thrive there, changing the people around you because these people are no good for you, it's going to be lonely for a time and you're going to have to be okay with being alone. You're going to lose people and you're going to lose friends. But the good news is where you're going, you're going to meet better friends. And last is to understand your power. Now, when you don't think highly of yourself because, you've been taught to be humble or you don't see your own value, people are going to play around with you. There's this quote that one of my followers commented on one of my videos, and I absolutely love it. Let's read it. Here it is. Let's read it. Okay. It says, sometimes people try to destroy you precisely because they recognize your power, not because they don't see it, but because they see it and they don't want it to exist. That is a quote by Bell Hooks, but I don't even have to explain anymore. When you don't recognize your own power, you're going to be controlled by people who do recognize your power and they don't want you to know it. It's either that or people will constantly try to humble you to keep you in your place to make sure that you never realize it. Anyways, that's all I've got for today. Please do me a favor and let me know in the comments if you have some questions. If you thought this video was helpful, please do me a favor and repost it. If you want to send me a message, try sending me a message on Instagram because I am overwhelmed with messages on TikTok. So go on the link in my bio. You'll see that I have my Instagram page on there. And I also offer one-on-ones. If you're still here, just know that I made this video for you and I love you.